Passing through unfamiliar streets, I slowly approached the Tono mansion. The surroundings are not completely unfamiliar. After all, I had lived here until I was 9 years old, 8 years ago. This isn't the first time I've taken this path back to the mansion. My feelings are a little complex. The path home is nostalgic, yet fresh. Up until just now, I hadn't looked forward to returning to the Tono household. Now it doesn't seem so bad. The house I lived in until I was 9 years old. Right now, my sister Akiha is in that utterly un-Japanese Western-style mansion. Tono Makihisa, the old man who hated me, and the master of the Tono household, died a few days ago. My mother died from illness after Akiha was born, so the Tonos had dwindled down to me and my sister. Being the eldest son, you would think I would stand to be... Wait, hang on. Mother died from illness. But in the opening, his mother protects him from Shiki, supposedly. Right? Hang on. Hang on. We're going off topic here, but yeah, that's why I'm confused. So, there were 2 incidents then. Because I was thinking about that, like, So 2 incidents happened that... then... Is this incident why Shiki had to be adopted in the first place then? That would make sense. I know. I think I know. I probably know. I'm not sure though. So, the Tonos, right? Okay. So when they get older, they have more likelihood of losing control, right? And they have what they call like the beast. So the father of the father of Akiha and them could have gone rabid or whatever and went out and like murdered people. And so the reason Akiha's father took Shiki in was because he felt guilty for not stopping his own father from murdering people. But if that were the case, I mean, I thought about that too, but like, with his supposed sense of duty, I would have thought he would have taken himself out if he was losing control. Unless he didn't, and he had another reason for killing them, but Or maybe he felt he had to finish raising Akiha and Shiki before he could let himself die? Maybe? I don't know. To become the Tono heir means being bound by a strict upbringing. I've lost count of the number of times my father scolded me over my dislike of not being able to live freely. That was when I got involved in an accident, and my body became weakened. My father saw it as a good opportunity to get rid of me. His reasoning was something along the lines of, someone who could die any moment can't become the heir, even if he's the eldest son. Sadly for my father, I betrayed his expectations by making a recovery. But my sister was already deemed to be the heir to the Tono household. And so I've heard that Akiha, who was already being raised harshly in order to become a proper daughter of the Tono household, received an even harsher upbringing since then. That was a long time ago. I played together with Akiha in the mansion back before the accident. After that, I never saw her again. The life in the mansion I abandoned 8 years ago. Those 8 years were long, and my memories of that time have largely faded. But in spite of that, there's one thing that even now continues to burn strongly with my heart, and that is... this is one of the new choices we have, right? Like, we didn't get this before, I think. I didn't make a save, but it's whatever. It's gonna end up getting saved over anyway in like 2 or 3 sessions, what does it matter? Apparently Akiha had tried to visit me a few times when I first was entrusted to the Arimas. Unfortunately, I assume... you know what, I'm not gonna now. We were never able to meet because I had to go to the hospital every day. We completely lost contact after Akiha went to a boarding school. Unlike Akiha, I'm isolated from the main family. That's why I can live freely like this. My high school is just an average high school, and our chance of contact was pretty much 0. My old man died, and I received word telling me to come back. To be blunt, I had no intention whatsoever of returning to the Tono house. But Akiha's at that house. When we were children, Akiha was an obedient child, always looking frightened, as if she were constantly enduring something. She would always follow close behind, her footsteps pattering behind me. She was frail, and her long black hair and fancy Western clothes made her resemble a French doll. I'm worried about her living all alone in that big mansion with the old man gone. But more than anything, I feel guilty after pushing all the Tono family responsibilities onto her and selfishly living a free life by myself. Perhaps my acceptance to return to the mansion is like my apology to Akiha. Maybe. The Tono mansion is unnecessarily big. Surrounded by iron railings, you could say that the entire lot is abnormally expansive, being so large that the whole elementary school could fit inside. I mean, that's not that big. Unless it's like a huge town where a single elementary school would have like 1,000 students. But I don't know. My elementary school at least only had like 300 students, barely. Maybe not even that many. The garden surrounded by trees is more like a forest. The mansion is at the heart of that forest, and there are a few other buildings separated from it. I didn't think anything of it when I was a child, but now that I have lived in an ordinary household for 8 years, the excessive size feels almost criminal. The gates aren't locked. I push them open and head towards the mansion doors. They tower oppressively, bearing down on any visitors. Beside the iron double doors is an unmatching doorbell. Alright. Shaking off my nervousness, I press it. There isn't any affectionate ding-dong chime from the doorbell. The oppressive silence continues for a few seconds. Then, the sound of pattering footsteps behind the door indicates someone's presence. We've been waiting for you. The door opens with a creak. Inside the little lobby I remembered, and a young girl in an apron. Thank goodness. You're so late I was beginning to worry that you had gotten lost. I was thinking about going out to meet you if you hadn't arrived by sunset. We probably shouldn't have gotten here, to be fair. Like, haven't we arrived at about the same time as we did when we left early in Arkwood's route? Or left right away? So how are we here within, like, the same, like, 20-minute period? It doesn't make much sense. But, yeah. The girl in the anachronistic apron smiles warmly. I guess so. No, that's, I'm so taken aback by her outdated mode of dress that I can't even form a proper sentence. Perhaps attributing my hesitance to distrust, the girl tilts her head a little. You're Shiki-sama, aren't you? Yeah, but you don't have to call me Sama. You are, right? Oh, please don't scare me like that. I was beginning to think I'd made another mistake back there. The girl's oh yeah, I guess, yeah. The girl's mannerisms are like those of a mother scolding her child. But in spite of that, there is a smile on her face, and it doesn't break the warm feeling about her. She wears an apron over kimono. She comes out to greet guests and addresses someone like me with Sama. This must mean that she's... are you one of the maids here by any chance? The girl answers my question with nothing but a smile. Come, you must be tired. Please do come in. Akiha-sama is waiting for you in the sitting room. The girl quickly crosses the lobby and heads towards the sitting room. Turning back as if she just remembered something, she makes a bow, a full smile on her face. Welcome home, Shiki-sama. I'm going to assume either her or Hisui are the cheerful girl from that choice. Probably Kohaku, but I wouldn't be surprised if maybe something happened that caused Hisui to become the kind of shy girl she is now. We'll see. We'll see. Her greeting is accompanied by her flower-like smile. I can't think of any reply, so I just follow her hesitatingly. Guided by the girl, I head to the sitting room. It's as if I'm seeing it for the first time. I don't know if I've forgotten about it in the last 8 years or they had it refurbished since then. Either way, it feels like someone else's house now, and it's unsettling. As I'm looking around the sitting room, the maid in the apron lowers her head in a quick bow. I've brought Shiki-sama with me. Oh. Well done. You may return to the kitchen, Kohaku. Thank you. Seems that maid's name is Kohaku. Kohaku-san gives a small bow as if to say farewell and leaves the sitting room. This leaves me and 2 girls I don't recognize. It has been a long time, Misan, says the girl with the long black hair and sharp eyes. All my thought processes stop at once. My mind goes blank and I can't think of any words of greeting. All I can do is nod with a yeah. I don't think it can be helped. This Akiha that I had not seen in 8 years is not the Akiha I remember. Yeah, well, things are about to change. She's completely transformed into a proper young lady of a noble family.
Nissan.
The black-haired girl tilts her head slightly. Pathetically, all I can say are dumb-sounding things. My mind is turning in somersaults as I try to recognize the girl before me as Akiha. But it seems like Akiha already recognizes me as her brother.
You do not look well. Would you like to rest before you talk?
Akiha throws a sharp glance in my direction. Is it just my imagination that she looks like she's in a bad mood? No, I'm alright. I was just surprised at how much you've changed, Akiha.
People do change over the course of 8 years, Nissan. We are at an age of change. Or did you think we would remain as we were forever?
What is this? I can feel the thorns in Akiha's. Yeah, why was she so angry at us, by the way? Like, what? Is it because we came, like, later than she would have liked us to? Like, I don't... I never understood that. Like, what did we do? Because, like, clearly she understood why we never saw each other, right? So, like... Is that really it? Just sooner? No, you've definitely changed, Akiha. You've become more beautiful than before. You know? Okay. Obviously, I know they're not related. But, like... Well, now, anyway. But the fact that he says that to her... Okay. When he still thinks that he's her brother is kind of weird. That isn't flattery. It's how I really feel. And...
Indeed. But you, on the other hand, have not changed much at all.
Akiha answers coldly, her eyes closed. Well, I came prepared for something like this. It's as I had thought. It seems Akiha doesn't think well of me.
If you are feeling well, let us finish our conversation. You have yet to hear the details about why you were called back here, Nissan?
I've heard nothing more than a sudden come back to the mansion, though I found out the old man passed away on the papers. If the head of a major company dies, it definitely makes it on the financial papers. Word of Tono Makihisa's death reached his son Tonoshiki via the newspaper after the funeral. Even though his relatives hadn't told him, this disinherited son could pick up news of his father's death merely by buying a 100-yen newspaper.
Yeah.
It might be cynical of me to say so, but the world has certainly become a convenient place. Yeah, newspapers are very convenient. Yep. Fast forward about 10 years.
I am sorry. It was my fault that you did not get the news, my father.
Akiha quietly lowers her head. It's alright. Either way, it's not like you would come back from the dead if I win. It's not something you should be worried about.
I am sorry. It is somewhat comforting to hear you say that.
Akiha's face is serious, but this isn't a topic I care much about. A funeral is a ceremony for those who cannot let go of their feelings. For the deceased to achieve such detachment. For someone like me, who cut off such feelings a long time ago, there's no need.
Calling you back here was my idea. It would be odd for the eldest son of the Tonos to be entrusted to the Arimas forever. Now that father has passed away, the only Tonos by blood are you and I, Nissan.
She lied as easily as she breathed.
I don't know what father was thinking when he entrusted you to the Arimas, but he's no longer with us, so there's no longer any need for you to live with them. That is why I had you come back here.
That's all well and good, but I'm quite surprised you were able to get our relatives to agree to this. Wasn't it they who came up with the idea of me leaving with... Of leaving me with the Arimas in the first place?
That may be so, but now I am the head of the Tono family. I declined every one of the proposals from my relatives. I would like you to continue living here, Nissan, but this is a place with rules. You will avoid living the overly casual lifestyle you've been leading up until now.
I mean, he had a choice, right? It's not like he was forced to come back. Like, if he was like, no, I don't want to, y'all just inherited it, I don't want to go back. Like, he could have, right? I'm sure the Arimas probably would have been ordered to not let him live there, but he could have lived somewhere else. It's not, he wasn't necessarily forced into living here. Like, if he's disinherited, right, he has no reason to go back, he has no reason to listen to them. Like, it's not like they can actually force, because he's, what, 17? He's like, what, 8 months from being 18? They can't really force him to live at the mansion if he doesn't want to. Like... I'm afraid that isn't going to happen, Akiha. There's no way I can go back to being some well-mannered gentleman now. Not that I want to.
I will not ask more of you, but do try to... Or are you Are you saying you are unable to do what I already have?
Akiha shoots me a cold look. It feels like she's hitting me with her grudge against me for leaving her here for the last 8 years. Alright, I get it. I'll try my best. Akiha just stares at me as if she doesn't quite believe me.
You do not need to try as long as you get the results.
Her pose is dignified, her words merciless.
Let's get back to the topic. Right now, you and I are the only ones living here. I do not care for having too many people around, so I cleared everyone out.
Eh? Hold on a second, Akiha. You cleared everyone out?
You wouldn't want to run into one of our relatives in the mansion, would you, Nissan? I have put off most of the servants, but there are enough for you and I, so there are no problems.
Wait, no problems? You're going to get attacked at our family meeting if you do something like that.
Oh, please be quiet. Rather than have the mansion overflowing with people, wouldn't you feel more relaxed with just the two of us here?
Well, it's true that I would feel relaxed, but you've only just become the head of the family, Akiha. If you go around abusing your powers like some kind of dictator, our relatives are not going to keep quiet. Even the old man didn't go against our opinions.
Indeed. That's why father entrusted you to the Arimas. I, on the other hand, have despised them ever since I was a child. I am not going to put up with their whining any longer.
Not going to put up with... look, Akiha.
Ah, enough. Just listen. You don't have to worry about me. Please. Just worry about your own life from now on, Nissan. I can see it's going to be difficult for you in many ways.
Akiha says sullenly, looking away a little.
Now then, if there's anything you don't understand, ask her, Hisui.
She looks at the girl standing by her side. The girl called Hisui bows expressionlessly.
This is Hisui. She'll be your personal maid from now on. Is that acceptable with you?
So why is one dressed as a Japanese maid and one as a French maid? Stylistic differences. Hold on, personal maid? You mean...
In other words, she's your servant.
Fair enough. I assume he's the reason why Hollow Ataraxia had so many scenes and amas with the girls in maid costumes. Akiha declares as if it were obvious. I can't believe it. Fitting with the Western style of the house, the girl in the maid outfit stands there as if it's natural to do so. Hold on. I'm not a kid, you know. Oh, is that why they're like a little bit shorter than the others? Because Nasu was like, alright, fine. But Hisui's gonna be dark and a little bit shorter. I'm not a kid, you know. I don't need a servant. I can take care of myself.
Would that include the cooking and the laundry?
Akiha's pretty sharp at pointing these things out.
At any rate, now that you've returned to this house, you will obey my directions. I don't know how you lived at the Arima house, but you're living at the Tono house now. Please accept everything given to you.
I can't say anything, and I drift my eyes towards Hisui. As expected, she simply looks back at me expressionlessly like a doll. Well then, Hisui.
Well then, Hisui, please show Nissan to his room. Yes, my lady.
Hisui approaches me with a shadow-like lack of presence. I have many thoughts about Hisui and Kohaku right now. Well, one in particular, but I'll wait, and I'll wait until we get there.
I will guide you to your room, Shiki-sama.
Hisui heads towards the lobby. Sighing, I head off towards the lobby as well. We enter the lobby. What's that, 3 lobbies in 2 sentences? This mansion is split into east and west wings with the lobby in the middle. The lobby is like the body of a bird whose wings are halsey. Yeah. Each wing's the size of a small. Yeah, we've seen this already. However, the house is so much so there's your bedroom though.
Your room is this way, Shiki-sama.
Hisui climbs up a flight of stairs. Seems like my room is on the 2nd floor. Come to think of it, the servants' room should be on the 1st floor as of the west wing. So that's probably where Hisui and Kohaku's rooms are. Okay. Outside, the sun is already set. Girl in the maid uniform walks down the long, dimly lit hallway without a word. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Let me know what the unimportant choices are so I can do different things for them than I did last time. But like the important ones, obviously I need to know, but the unimportant ones, okay. This one, is this one important? I don't think so, right? Okay, one's okay, okay. Because like if something doesn't matter, then I want to go with the one I haven't done, you know? So we get a little bit different and see more stuff. When I get to the sitting room, Akiha is relaxing there alone. There's no sign of Kohaku-san or Hisui. There are 2 teacups on the table, and Akiha is using one of them.
Oh? Do you drink tea after meals too, Nissan?
No, nothing like that. I just thought I'd come and talk to you. my expression tells her I'll go away if I'm bothering you.
Then please sit down. Is tea alright for you?
Ah, sure. I'll have anything that's nice. I actually prefer Japanese tea, but I'll keep that bit of selfishness to myself. Okay, yeah. I'm already doing this anyway, it's whatever. Akiha takes the teapot and pours transparent red tea into another teacup. Thank you. I sit on the sofa and raise the teacup to my mouth. Before my eyes is a cool and collected Akiha, and it makes me a bit uneasy. I came to talk to her, but to be honest, I really don't know what to say now that she's in front of me.
Nissan, you're very quiet. Didn't you come to talk to me?
Akiha stares. The atmosphere is not so much that of a younger sister, but more like that of an unfamiliar young lady. Yeah. Like even in the original FSN where they were all stuck together, it was just one choice that would change things, right? I think. Yeah. Whereas with this, it's like, if you don't do 4 choices, you end up on the wrong one. Like, It's not one in which you can speak freely. Well, I was just wondering what you've been doing for the past 8 years.
It goes without saying. With Nissan not around, Father's attention turned solely to me.
Akiha glares in complaint. It seems that the last 8 years are a taboo subject. Fair.
And what about you? What have you been doing for 8 years? I sent many letters, but didn't receive a single reply.
I choke involuntarily. Certainly Akiha sent many letters, but I never replied. I was a poor correspondent, but at the bottom of my heart, I wanted to sever all links with the Tono Mansion, and that made me reluctant to write to Akiha.
Well, don't worry about the letters. Even if you had answered, I'm sure Father would never have allowed the replies into the house. More importantly, how do you feel returning to the mansion for the first time in 8 years? It has changed very little, though there was some restoration work done.
In spite of Akiha's words, the mansion still feels completely unknown to me. 8 years ago, I was just a child. Even if I remember the mansion a little, I feel like I'm in someone else's house, and it's very unsettling.
Nissan?
No, I was just lost in thought for a moment. You say this mansion has changed very little, but it's pretty unsettling for me. Though the sitting room and the lobby are kind of familiar, I can't really remember the corridor nor my room.
Really, I guess 8 years is a long time.
I guess that's it. It's like half my life so far. I can't really expect to have clear memories. Well, it's been 8 years, so doesn't feel right. But I think I'll get used to it. I'll be thankful if you overlook my poor manners for a while.
Please, don't be ridiculous. I can hardly look any more leniently upon Nissan's demeanor than I do already.
Excuse me? What do you mean? What do you mean? I mean, to be fair, in Akiha's case, it was less out of, like, suspicion and more out of trying to keep him safe. At least it kind of feels that way, knowing obviously what we do later, but... Oh, that was close. I almost sprayed the tea I was drinking. At supper, Akiha's look sent me into a cold sweat after all I did was use the wrong knife. I see. You were being lenient back then.
Yes, I am making concessions appropriate to your abilities. Nissan has been brought up by the Arimas, after all. As Keiko comes from a branch family, a certain amount of laissez-faire was permitted, and you were spoiled, Nissan.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
The result is the supper we had a while ago.
Well, it can't be helped, can it? We never really thought it'd be returning here.
Is that so? You almost sound like you didn't want to return, Nissan.
Don't be stupid, it's not like that. I may have had my doubts, but I couldn't just leave you alone here, could I? What kind of brother would I be then? Yes, that's the reason I returned. If it weren't for Akiha, I would never have returned.
Since I heard nothing for almost 8 years, I always wondered whether you were alright on your own.
Oh, whether you're...
But she sent you letter. Wait, hang on. I thought it was her talking because she sent him letters. So what? Okay,
whatever. Since I heard nothing for almost 8 years, I always wondered whether you were alright on your own. I came back to the mansion because I was worried about you. Looking a little off to the side, I put my honest feelings into words.
Well, then,
But I guess I was just worrying over nothing. In the past 8 years, seemed to have grown... Did he not hear her talking? Like... he seemed to have grown strong. I'm relieved, but a little disappointed. No, a bit is saying too little. Since I only had the image of the calm Akiha back when she was small, the sharp Akiha right now seems like a different person.
Really? I'm sorry I didn't meet Nissan's expectations.
Akiha's eyes are scary. Crap, I think I may have said too much again. Maybe.
Well then, Nissan, how is life at the Arima residence?
Yeah, I saw something about that. I can't. No. No. Yeah. Like, I suppose I can kind of understand where he's coming from with that. Kinda? But... I'd rather have preset voices. Akiha asks, still with a frightening expression. Yeah. How to put it? I akin visual novels with light novels with elements of like anime, right? Like my ideal is the detail of light novels, the voice acting, and like, you know, certain, you know, action CGs of anime, and like I said the other day, like the visual novels that, the gameplay elements aren't big, but they're occasionally, like the Steins Gate with the phone. Like that's my ideal, is having like a harmony of those three. So having like visual detail and the voice acting from anime, having all the like exposition and just like graphic detail of like light novels, and a little bit of gameplay, not a ton, just like small things. That's like the perfect balance for like visual novels, in my opinion. I don't know. With the findings, man, I feel like I'm under terrible pressure even when I'm talking to my younger sister.
Nissan, did you hear what I said?
I heard. Life at the Artemis, right? It was normal. There were no real problems. It seems it was more suited for me living there, too.
That's not what I meant. How was your health? I have heard you collapsed a lot from your chronic anemia.
Yeah, I did for about a year after I left the hospital, but I'm okay now. I only have problems occasionally, about once a month. I'm certainly not frail enough to be worried about. Bluffing, I strike my chest with its scar. Akiha nods in serious assent.
But Nissan, you've also started wearing glasses. After going to the hospital, did your eyesight fail you also?
Yeah, about that. I see. Akiha doesn't know I wear glasses or why I wear them. I can't just explain the lines along which things break, or that they don't appear when I wear these glasses. Well, it's nothing. My eyes became a little strange after the accident. But it's not like my eyesight's gone bad, so it's not really a serious problem.
Yeah. Really, I was surprised when I saw you a while ago. I didn't know you had started wearing glasses, Nissan.
Really? You seemed pretty calm back then. Right? Like, he's so good, he sees how things die.
Of course. I was meeting you for the first time in 8 years. I couldn't let you see me acting strange.
Akiha's brow creases suddenly.
Akiha-sama, the bath is ready. What should I do? Really? Thank you, Kohaku. I'll go soon, so go ahead. Is that alright? After all, you're relaxing with Shiki-sama. Shiki-sama might run away, but the bath won't. Please relax a little longer.
It's fine. We weren't talking about anything important anyways. Or is that her talking? I don't know.
It's fine.
Yeah, it was her talking, whatever. Akiha stands and walks past Kohaku-san into the lobby. Kohaku-san follows Akiha. Left alone in the sitting room, I finished the tea. Akiha and Kohaku-san seem to be heading to the bath, so I guess I'll go back to my room. So, one of the... you know how I mentioned the other day how I was getting, like, Twitter recommendations about, like, people talking about Tsukihime? One of the ones was someone talking about how, like, Akiha and Kohaku totally don't have, like, a... Nah, never mind. Forget about it. Forget I said anything. So I guess I'll go back to my room. Hang on. Akiha and Kohaku-san are going to take a bath together, are they? Well, given the thing I saw on Twitter about, well, you know, how they totally don't have a, you know, kind of homoerotic relationship, but yeah, it's, who knows? Who knows? No, I bet they are. Yeah? Okay. Then maybe Kohaku-san would be washing her back? Perhaps? Of course, with another girl, that's no problem, but... Oh no! Oh no! Akiha, it's not what you... It's not what you think. Okay, it totally is, but, yeah.
Well...
No, I can't do the voice when I'm sitting like that.
Well, You are free to imagine whatever you wish, Nissan, but...
Akiha returns with amazing timing.
We were planning on it.
Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
Don't force Hisui to do stupid things. Unlike Kohaku, she doesn't really get jokes.
Akiha looks accusingly as if she sees my thoughts. I'm surprised. Maybe this mansion has some listening devices. Oh, wait, what are you doing back here? Weren't you taking a bath?
Don't just say it!
Weren't you taking a bath with Kohaku-san?
I forgot to tell you something about the bath. Nissan, the large bathroom we used a long time ago isn't used anymore. It would be too much for Hisui and Kohaku to take care of, so it has been closed up.
Large bathroom? Was there such a place? I splutter a bit. Unable to remember, I make a doubtful face. Akiha's brows knit terribly.
The bath in the courtyard. You don't even remember that?
Well, now that she mentions it, I guess there was such a thing. But this is a European-style mansion. Isn't such a thing a little out of place?
Father half liked the Japanese style of architecture. That is why the detached building is Japanese style as well. Anyway, if you want to have a bath, please use your own. The second bathroom behind the lobby is yours, Nissan.
With that, Akiha leaves. Alright. With Akiha gone, there's no point in staying in the sitting room. I'll have a bath too and return to my room.